Hello, I'm Stephan Powell with Community One Properties and Financial, and this is our very first video of financial literacy sessions, and we're going to have guests coming on to share with us. But tonight, our first session is dealing with mindset. And if I were to ask you a question, out of 100% of Americans, what percentage do you think are living the American dream or the way that they want to? And surprisingly enough, it's only 2%. But just for the sake of clarity, we're going to say 5%. So that leaves 95% of Americans that are not living the way they would like. And what's the difference between 5% of Americans and 95% of Americans? And it's simply their mindset. So let's get into some scenarios. When it relates to savings, 5% of Americans save first, spend second. 95% of Americans spend first, and try to save what's left, which is usually not much. When it relates to insurance, 5% of Americans look at insurance as an investment tool. And they get a lot of it. 95% of Americans look at it as a bill, payment, an expense, and they get very little. When it relates to money, they save, they get their money to work for them first, where 95% of Americans work very hard for their money. And when it relates to taxes, they only pay taxes on the seed. 95% of Americans pay taxes on the seed, the fruit, and the tree. So if you're thinking like this, and all of these important areas in our lives when it relates to financing, when does it stop? When do you make a paradigm shift and change and learn that it's more important to save than it is to spend? So if you had a hole in your pocket, when do you sew it up? And that's what we're here to do. We're here to share ideas to let you know that you do have options. And really, the option when it relates to investments is insurance. We offer a variety ranges of insurance. Me and my business partners are here to help you. So feel free to come and sit down with us. We'll be sending out flyers, so you have our information. We're located at 2129 12th Avenue North, Birmingham, Alabama 35234, and I can be contacted at 205-569-8797. Looking forward to hearing from you soon, and let's make a paradigm shift in our finances. And remember, you can count the seeds in an apple, but you can't count the apples in a seed. God bless.